Good morning, students. Today is our module 8 of the same chapter, square and square roots. Today we will do square roots of fractions. Now, there are two rules. For any positive numbers a and b, if under root a into b is given, that means under root a multiplied by under root b. What does it means? It means that if the two numbers are multiplied under the under root sign, then that will be equal to the multiplication of individual under roots of both the numbers. Like under root 45 into 20. There are two numbers 45 and 20. This will be equal to under root 45 and multiplied by under root 20. In this way, we can do many questions. Now, next rule is, this rule I have already explained you, that under root a upon b means that is equal to under root of numerator upon under root of denominator. For example, the whole under root of 441 upon 961, that will be equal to under root 441, that means under root of the numerator upon under root of denominator. Now, based on this, let us start our next exercise 3G. Now, question number 1 of exercise 3G, it is whole under root 16 upon 81. If we will use this property, then this will be equal to under root 16 upon under root 81. Now we have to find out the square root of 16 and square root of 81. Here I have used the long division method, but you can do it with prime factorization method. No hard and fast rule of this. For these type of question, you can adopt any of the method. Here I have done with the long division method. Now under root 16 is 4. See here. And under root 81 is 9. Now the answer is 4 by 9. Next question is whole under root of 64 upon 225. Here numerator is 64, denominator is 225. This will be equal to square root of numerator upon the square root of denominator. Here I have done the long division method for finding out the square root, and the square root of 64 is 8 and square root of 225 is 15. So 8 upon 15 is the answer. Now next question is question number 5. Here under root of 313 by 36, this is a mixed fraction, is given. Now our first step would be convert mixed fraction into improper fraction. This should be the first step. Whenever in mixed fraction is given, we have to convert it into the improper fraction. Then this will become under root, this number will become under root 121 upon 36. Converting a mixed fraction into improper fraction, you know what we have to do, 36 into 3 plus 13 upon 36. Now what we have to do, according to the rule of root a by b is under root of numerator upon under root of denominator. So this will become under root of numerator upon under root of denominator. Here by the long division method, I have solved and find it out the square root of 121 and square root of 36. This will become 11 upon 6. And this is a improper fraction, so we have converted it into the mixed fraction. So 1 5 by 6 is the answer. Now next question is, again it is a mixed fraction. See here. Now this mixed fraction is converted into the improper fraction and the whole under root. This will become under root 1369 upon under root 325. Here I have done the long division method. You can do the prime factorization method also. In whatever method you are comfortable, you can adopt. The under root of 1369 would be 37 and under root of 324 is 18, and then we will convert, as this is a improper fraction, so we will convert this into a mixed fraction. Dear students, here I want to tell you that you should make a A4 size paper in which you should write the squares of 1 to 50. That will be your self square table, like you must have prepared the tables of 1 to 30 in the previous classes. Like that you can make a table of squares in which you will write 1 square is equal to 2 square, 3 square, up to 50 square. This is very helpful while you are dealing with the square and square roots problem. Gradually you will be able to learn the squares of at least up to 25. Means the square of 25 is 625. So up to 25 you will be able to learn gradually. So you should make a table in a A4 size paper and always keep with you. Whenever you have time, you can see and learn it. Now, next question is under root 80. Here the square root sign are given numerator separately and denominator separately. What does it means? If this a upon b is equal to under root a upon under root b, means here this right hand side is given in the question, so this will be equal to like this, the whole under root 80 upon 405. Here, dear students, you can see that 80 is not a perfect square and neither 80 nor 405 is a perfect square. So we cannot find the perfect square root of these two numbers. So in such type of question, you should go for the prime factorization method when the numbers are not perfect squares. Remember this, when the numbers are not perfect squares, you should go for prime factorization method, because some common factor will be there which will be cancelled out always, so that you can find out afterwards the perfect square. Like in this question, 80 is not a perfect square, so we have done here the prime factorization of 80. 405 is also not a perfect square, so we have done the prime factorization. So 80 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. This is 80 is equal to this, and 405 is equal to 3. Here we can see 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 5 by prime factorization method. Now in this step we have put these factor instead of 80. See, here this is the prime factors of 80 we have written. Here we have written the prime factors of 405. Because it's a common under root sign, so we can cancel out the 5 which is not a pair. 5 is not a pair here. Here also 5 is not a pair, but factor is there, so we can cancel out from numerator and denominator this factor. After this, that we are left with under root of 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, because 5 is cancelled out, and in denominator 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. Now we can see there are pairs 2 into 2, 2 into 2, one pair. When we will remove this under root, so 1 2 will come out from this pair, another 2 will come out from this pair, so 2 into 2. Likewise in denominator, 3 into 3, when the under root sign is removed, only single 3 will come out, and from these two factors only single number will come out. So this will be equal to 4 by 9, and this is the answer of this question. Now let's do the next question. Here also the under root of 1183 upon under root of 2023 is given. Both numbers are not perfect squares, but in this type of question what we have to do, again there will be a common under root sign, numerator upon denominator, by using that property of under root a upon under root b is whole under root a by b. By that we have done this. Now in such type of question, when these two numbers are not perfect square, what we have to do? Yes students, we have to do the prime factorization. Here I have done. Now in place of 1183 I will write 13 into 13 into 7. Here I have written, and in place of 2023 I will write 7 into 17 into 17. Here I have written. Now here also you can see 7 is unpaired, and here also the 7 is unpaired. Then from numerator and denominator we can cut the 7 factor. Now this will become equal to under root 13 into 13 and under root 17 into 17. This is a pair. When we will remove this under root sign, this will become 13 upon 17, and this is our answer. Now the next question. Next question is under root 98 into under root 162. In this we will be using this property, that under root a into b is equal to under root a into under root b. Means under root a into under root b is given. This will be equal to the whole under root a into b. Here also, dear student, you can see 98 and 162 are not perfect squares. When you will make that table now from 1 to 50, the squares of 1 to 50, in that list you can see whether 98 or 162 is a perfect square or not. So be ready with that table with you. Now this will become the whole under root 98 into 162. Now again in this this type of question, because these two numbers are not perfect squares, so we have to do the prime factorization. Here I have done. Now 98 is equal to 2 into 7 into 7, and 162 is equal to 2 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. Now here I have written 2 into 7 into 7 here, then after that 2 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 I have written. Here the pair of 3 and 3 is there, 3 and 3 is there, that is already there, so you can see here, and 7 pair is also there. Now here in 98 2 is unpaired and 162 is unpaired, so these two, 2 and 2 will combine and will become a one pair. Now we can take out, when we will remove this under root sign, so from 2 and 2 1 2 will come out, 7 into 7 1 7 will come out, 3 into 3 1 3 will come out, and 3 into 3 1 3 will come out. When we multiply all these numbers, the answer will become 126. Now for today's homework, you have to note down the questions explained at CW, and you have to do question number 4, 3 and 7 of exercise 3G as a homework. Dear student, in this way we have completed this chapter, and you please keep practicing, and practice makes a man perfect. So this chapter is over. Next we will start our cube and cube root, and side by side you have to be ready with your geometry copy, one separate geometry copy, because after cube and cube root we will start our geometry. So be ready with your geometry copy, and in live class I will tell you how to cover that geometry copy and how to make that. Thank you.